Thinking of breaking up with my 30F boyfriend, 25M, of 4 months due to his reaction to me wanting to spend a weekend alone. Hi all, I'll try to keep it short but probably won't succeed, sorry. Important info, I live in a different European country to the one I am from. My boyfriend is a native of the country in which I live. I am an extroverted introvert. I have been single for the past few years, I live alone and have a good job. September of last year I met my boyfriend, 25M, and we started dating. We've been together officially since mid-October-ish and have spent every weekend since we met together. I was a bit apprehensive of the age gap but said I'd give it a go as he treated me really well and is all around a great person. Fast forward to December, I fly home for Christmas, December 23, 2024 until June 1, 2025. I called him a few times and made sure to text a few times every day. I have a big family and don't get home much, so I was busy visiting people coming to visit, I had no time off. Going home for me isn't really a holiday, I always joke that I need a holiday to recover from my holidays. While I was at home, he started sending me messages about he doesn't like feeling ignored and I'm neglecting him etc. I apologized but stipulated I was busy at home. Fast forward, the first weekend I am back in the country we both live in, I go to visit him. He lives about a 40 minute drive away but I don't have a car as I live in the city, so it's a 2-hour train journey. I had just gotten my period and was exhausted and didn't feel well. He had this idea that we would have a romantic bath and got all this stuff, even after me saying that I said I had my period and wasn't really up for that. I also wasn't up for sex, we usually have a lot of sex, but said we can cuddle, hang out, whatever. The whole day then he was pouting and sending me on one guilt trip after another. For the first time, in my head I was like, oh my god, are you a child? I had already mentioned during the week that I wanted the next weekend off and spend it alone at home to have a duvet day and mentioned it again this past Sunday. Well, the pouting that followed, you'd think I told him I was going to take the weekend to bring his granny out into the woods and shoot her. I tried to explain that I have had barely no time for myself for months, I'm exhausted after the holiday and I just need to chill. But he can't understand why I don't want him there. We've been talking about this, it feels like non-stop. Then last night he texted me, please don't start an affair on the weekend, you won't see me. This just boiled my blood. Here's the exchange, translated. Him, please don't start an affair at the weekend when you don't want to see me. Me, I'll repeat myself, but for the last time, it's not that I don't want to see you, but that I need time alone. And I will not start an affair, with whom, I will not even leave my flat. Him, please don't be angry with me, I have accepted I'm not going to see you this week anyway. I just had a bad feeling in my stomach. My dad asked if you were coming back this week or if I was still going to city and I said not this week and he said why and I said because you need time alone so that you feel better, which seems strange to him because that's exactly why a person has a partner, so that the other feel better afterwards. Then he told me a story about Name, my uncle, my mother's brother, who used to be with a Scottish woman who always cheated on him when she said she wanted to be alone. Then I said if he's crazy that you're not the kind of person who does that. Then he said he hopes so because he really likes you and you're a lot of fun to be with. Then I said that you're the best I can have and that my Name should be alone when she wants to be alone, so yes I trust you. Me, it's not that I feel bad or that I need this to feel better. I'm just like this, I need a lot of time alone, I've always been like this and I will always be like this, it has nothing to do with you or anyone else. I want to spend time alone. I don't want to talk about it all the time either, it will happen more than once that I say I need time alone and I don't want to have to discuss it every time or have to reassure you. I honestly don't know why it's such an issue, but yes. We've spent every weekend together since we met and I just need a weekend to myself. That doesn't mean that I will or want to cheat on you, and I find the accusation almost unbelievable, just because I want to spend some time at home in peace. I don't want to talk about it anymore, I can't believe I have to justify myself like this over a single weekend anyway. I don't want to argue either, so please let's just leave it, the whole thing is just pissing me off more. Him, I am sorry, I leave the subject for good and never question it again if you want to be alone, but I didn't accuse you. I was just way too excited to see you again and didn't pay attention to what you wanted, sorry I will change. I'm basically over this. It's like a switch has gone off in my head and I can't turn it back on, I find it incredibly unattractive. I can't believe I've had to spend days justifying wanting to spend one weekend alone. I'm now thinking of breaking up with him, but it feels like such a B/TCH move and I know it will break his heart. It's just way too fast and way too much. Honestly? I preferred my life when I was single. That's just the truth. Am I horrible? What do I do? One more thing to note, I flew home on Monday, December 23rd. I had a lot to do that weekend, cleaning my house, packing, buying last-minute gifts. I told him I wouldn't have time to hang out that weekend. He still came to my city, alone, and hung around all day. He said you don't have to meet me, I'm just here. I tried to explain the pressure that put me under, but it was like talking to a brick wall. I ended up meeting him for an hour, but I was pissed off. It feels like there's a pattern emerging. Am I overreacting? Maybe we are just not on the same page, feelings-wise. TLDR, boyfriend of 4 months is seemingly incapable of understanding that I don't want to spend all my free time with him and I'm at the end of my tether.